Now I'm going to tell you about some of the things I made this semester. Mostly rockets and furnaces and trying to melt metal and other things like that. So, the rocket on the right was made out of plastic, and not just any plastic. PLA, which means a biodegrade, but also means it has a very low melting point of 200 degrees Celsius. Say it melted. Now, I need to present. So, then this is a video of a rocket made of some thick paper. Yeah, and it's very high. And as you can see, went up there. We never found it again. I think it biodegraded by now. So, the problems I have found these rockets are, and also this kind of counts also for furnaces. So they get hot because they burn inside, no matter what rocket engine it is, except if it's a cold gas thruster. Then they're hard to build, and that is because they explode easily, and also because they get hot and they need to be strong, and they also explode easily, as I said. So these are the problems. Oh, this is just a picture of the moon. Anyways, so here is probably the left is probably one of my favorite launch systems. There's spaghetti in the middle, just like a tube, and then there's a lid of a jar with a hole, and you just put it on that, and this spaghetti goes into a cork, the bottle. There's some water in the bottle to make it more stable, and so that was one of my favorite rockets. Rocket launch systems, unfortunately, spaghetti are not very strong for temperature, and then they burn, and when they are burning, they aren't very strong either. So here on the right, there's this Estes rocket, Amazon, and it went kind of high. And here's a video of the cross.
Puoi fare il countdown, vai! Lancio!
And so this is a slow motion, which is very friendly. But I still prefer my engines because first they make more smoke, and that makes them easier to see where they go. And they're also more powerful because carbon contains less energy than sugar. That's why sugarcane uses sugar to store its energy.
Puoi fare il countdown, vai!
Not carbon. This is my first furnace. Now for the furnaces, they're kind of all jumbled up because this is an image of my first furnace. Then this is a video of my third furnace,
600 gradi,
which reached almost 700 degrees Celsius. And the flames are probably carbon monoxide burning, although I'm not sure about that. And so that's my first furnace. As you can see, I made them out of clay.
600.
Then this is my second furnace, which I think was my prettiest furnace. And I made this ingot because unfortunately I had kind of this spoon which I thought was steel, but actually turned out to be aluminum. So in the end I didn't melt my tin foil I put inside, but they melted my container. But I have this ingot. So here I crushed lots of pencils, and I don't know why there's some rocket fuel here, but I crushed lots of pencils to make this crucible. Actually, the most of the carbon came actually from charcoal, but it is simply carbon charcoal, graphite, and clay and water. This is the turbo pump, which I have yet to use. And then here there are lots of rockets. So the image on the left is some caramel, which I use for rockets when it's still liquid. Then the image in the top middle is of a rocket which was made out of cardboard and had that caramel and had a nose cone and fins of plastic. Didn't fly in the end, unfortunately. And the image on the bottom middle are just some little rockets, some caramel and some fuses. And then the right rocket was kind of made by mistake. They were made kind of by mistake because, you see, we wanted to make lots of rockets, and one of us said, let's make 20 rockets. And so I built 20 rockets, and that was very tiring, but for lots of days I had rockets. But actually, these in this image, the carbon powder ones, they are made from just black sugar, which is sugar that has been colored to be black. And it's not easy to make them because it's hard to tell if the sugar is burning. Yes, here's my water bucket rocket.
Wow!
And yes, it flew high. Not super spectacular. It flew. These are even more rockets. Now, I didn't know why. There's the same image on the right. And the rockets on the left, they look pretty big, but they're actually very, very small. And they just had 3 pieces of fuse inside. And they flew by the power of fuses. Then here's a launch system, which is, if you take a square tube and you cut one side of it, you kind of have that. Then here I have, this is the liquid motor, which was the second one. Fluid rocket motor. This was the second best, I believe. Then there's this.
Ha fatto la mampata.
Yeah, you can't. You
Wow.
can't see it, but how can I? But made
Ha fatto la mampata.
some flames. Then here I made an e-match. Look, so I press the button, and it ignites there. This is simple. Oh. Hi. Okay, this was just a video of a fuse flying away. It was too powerful and it flew away, and yes, but here we got another rockets. Okay, this
Allora, stiamo pompando alcol.
fuel too quickly, so it kind of tripped out, and so then there was a fire underneath, and that wasn't too good for the rocket too, but it made some flame. But practically all of the fuel was on the bottom, dripped out, and as you can see, and also the nozzle is burning because some fuel went there, and we put the fuel too quickly.
Okay.
This is an airplane. I don't want to talk too much about it because it just flies for now as a normal paper airplane, and I want to make it fly using the jet engine, which is on the bottom, but I haven't been. My last test went very badly. The whole airplane lighted on fire. Then here's some welding because I wanted to use the turbo pump for a furnace to melt some aluminum to make some stronger rocket parts. Unfortunately, one of the electric motors, the wires came off, so I welded them back in, and this is just the video of me welding, but yeah, it's just welding, and thank you for listening. Bye.